Hello everyone, welcome back to the RigZero channel, and today we're going to be giving my opinion on the whole Emiru situation. For those of you who don't know who she is, she's a very popular Twitch streamer and content creator for Twitch, and just the other day she went to a place called TwitchCon where a bunch of creators get to go come together and actually meet their fans in real life. But unfortunately, Twitch does not know, or TwitchCon does not know how to have really good security. So when you don't have good security, something like this will happen to you. So apparently this guy literally just walked through her security, went up to Emiru, hugged her, and allegedly tried to kiss her. I have no idea what happened here. She has no idea what's happening. Just some random viewer of hers just like walks up and tries to like have his way. It's a very weird situation, and from the videos that I've saw, a lot of people are criticizing not only this person but Twitch on its own, because where is all the security guarding her? I only see one guy push her, and like how, like I feel like if you have these big creators with such a huge following, they should have more than just one bodyguard, and at least have 5 to 6, or even like bodyguards standing around the meet and greet area, and just like let one person in at a time. And you see someone out of line, they don't even bother letting them in. But you know how Twitch is, they don't really care. So obviously something like this happens, and honestly something really bad could have happened to her, to the point where she actually could have been, something even worse could have happened if, you know, this could be prevented. And also I did find this clip on and also she did say in her video that she will never attend a TwitchCon ever again. And I honestly, that's fair to say.
I was literally in a Discord call with my friends, and they were like, "Did you see that Twitch apologized to you?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is they put out that tweet. I was never apologized to privately. They put that out without like consulting me or anything. I didn't know that they were gonna do that, so that was yeah. I mean, I'm glad that, you know, they're trying to like take some level of accountability, but there's a lot of things that they didn't mention in the tweet that I feel like should have been mentioned. Did see the Twitch tweet that I believe went out yesterday. I was literally in a Discord call with my friends, and they were like, "Did you see that Twitch apologized to you?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is they put out that tweet. I was never apologized to privately. They put that out without like consulting me or anything. I didn't know that they were gonna do that, so that was yeah. I mean, I'm glad that, you know, they're trying to like take some level of accountability, but there's a lot of things that they didn't mention in the tweet that I feel like should have been mentioned.
Honestly, putting out a tweet instead of actually apologizing to her is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. Whenever you do something wrong, and it's better to say I'm sorry in person than it is, because it's way easier to do it like this, because you can just type it out and it's whatever. But when you actually do it in person, that takes actual guts, because now you're like admitting fault right in front of them. And I think it's just really dumb that they decided to put out a tweet apologizing to her instead of actually just apologizing to her face. But I can completely understand that this will most certainly be her last TwitchCon. Not only did this happen to her, she recently came out about another streamer by the name of Kid. Now, for those who don't know, Kid is yet another big streamer on the platform, and he's really big in the community. And from the videos that have been popping up on the surface, that Kid allegedly essayed, harassed, did all kinds of bad stuff to Emiru when they were dating a couple years ago. Now, I had no idea that they were dating. I'm surprised Kid I'm honestly surprised Kiv dated Emiru. I feel like how she looks to compare to how he looks. I don't know, but that's, you know, that's something different. But it's and she's probably just having one of the worst like weeks of her life, to the point where she got essayed by some random guy, and now she's over here coming out about Kiv because he's been threatening her. It's been a whole thing. So like the things that she said are actually insane.
So even people on my stream are able to hear this is happening. And he slams it so hard and so many times that the front door literally broke. The lock did not work anymore. It didn't work for months, and it would just make this horrible sound that I would have to hear like every fucking day. But anyway, so I hear him back there doing this, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I tell my stream, I'm like, hey, guys, I'll be right back. I get up and I go talk to him, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, Emmy, like, I hate all of you guys. Like, all you guys do is just take from me, and like, I'm just done. Like, I'm just done. And I was like, is this like really happening because of rush drops? And he was like, I don't know what else to do. He was like going off on me, like basically saying that he hated me.
Holy crap. Do you know how insane you have to be? Okay, for those of you who don't know, when Miskif and Emiru live together, they live in like a big house and they both stream at the same time. Now, this refers to the time where Emiru actually had much more viewership than Miskif. I'm pretty sure Emiru had like 30K viewers, and Miskif only had like less than 20. And he actually got mad at that to the point where he was punching the wall. He was doing all this, and he like, you know, just lashed out. How like ridiculous. This is Miskif has got to be one of the most pathetic people I have ever seen in my life. Like, bro, is your ego that big where you don't want to see anyone else have a bigger viewership than you? Especially like Emiru, like they were really good friends. I feel like he would have been happy that she has a big viewership, because that's something really hard to do in streaming, is to have a big following and to have a big viewership. And for him to be lashing out that he still had around 20,000 live viewers compared to her 30 is honestly the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard of. And he lashed out in probably one of the worst ways possible, to the point where he started breaking stuff. Like, how? Oh my, I have no idea what like compelled him to do this, but he is really, really dumb.
And yeah, after that, like I said, was when things started to get really fucking bad. It was like something just snapped. For the rest of the week, he streamed the Rust event. He got all the drop viewers. I'm sure he was very happy. I mean, good for him. And during that time, I obviously was like thinking and processing a lot of what happened. But I mean, it was a lot, because this person was at the time like kind of it was like my partner and my best friend, and like the only person that like I really talked to ever, or like at least off stream. So I mean, it was a lot. But the very next stream, I went live about a week after that, and I announced that I was planning to move, because I knew that I would have to move.
How bad of a roommate do you have to be to then even have like one of your closest friends even want to consider moving? Well, actually, she did move out. Like, that's honestly insane. But with one side of the story heard, Miskif did also come out and tell his side of the story, where he just confirmed everything. So it does not make him look good at all. And I believe in another video, he just decided just to kind of lash out on her pet bunnies and how they weren't really maintained very well. Buddy, I think there's a bigger picture here. You essayed her, and you should probably focus on that than criticizing the way she takes care of her bunnies. Because yeah, I know it's disgusting. Obviously, it probably left a stench. It didn't do well. She didn't do well. But you two were living together. So not only is it her responsibility, it's now your responsibility. So you can't necessarily put the blame on her for that, because you also let the bunnies stay there. It's not like she like had them there and you didn't like say it was okay, and she just like left them there because she didn't care. Like, then it would be on her. Like, you could be like, these bunnies are your problem, I'm not gonna take care of them. But since you guys live together and nothing of that was said, that's also your responsibility to take care of as well. And I honestly hope that Miskif, obviously, like everyone can say that hopefully Miskif gets deplatformed from every, you know, internet site like YouTube, Twitch stream, all that. But is he really No, because a lot of the times in this modern day and age, people literally just like brush that off to the point where they have such a strong viewer base that it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter what happens because they're still gonna have their like millions of dollars because Miskif is a millionaire. He's like he has nothing to lose, and it's just weird that the things that he's saying is kind of weird. But we'll check out this clip right here that I did find on Twitter.
There's no holding back. Who cares anymore? I will expose everything about every person that you've ever known, and it is time to go full demon time.
Yo.
Why not?
Don't tell me I've subbed this long for nothing.
Now that is a crazy thing to say, because I believe from the context from this, when she was at TwitchCon, Miskif actually talked to her manager and said that to not mess with him or else he's gonna like destroy her life. And this is why they're like he's saying that there's no holding back. He'll expose everything. It's kind of weird that this all stems from them just like from them used to being together, but at the end of the day, like bad things do happen, and you can't say that Emiru is on the good side because obviously with take care of her bunnies, it wasn't as she didn't obviously didn't take care of her bunnies, so that's something weird. But that is where I'm gonna wrap up the video, and my final thoughts is that Emiru should not have gone through this. This is something that no one should ever go through, especially being SA'd. It's something that should be considered illegal, but it's just happening to those who like try to do good, not only for themselves, but for the people around. And to know someone for that long and the next thing you know, they do that to you is honestly one of the most disgusting things ever. And hopefully Miskif gets deplatformed. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. See ya.